Hey guys, I filmed my food all day today, and so I'm about to show you what I filmed. But I wanted to give you a little bit of background about why I do meals the way I do. And I know Susan does a video about how people who are successful just basically steam their green beans and keep their food so basic that and those are the people that are most successful. And I see that point and I see that how that could happen. However, for me, I really feel like I need to sit down and have a meal that is worthy of being a meal. Otherwise, I feel like I just never really got to where I need to be going. And I also feel like it is less mindful to just, have a chunk of steamed green beans. And as a side note, that's an interesting example that she uses as steamed green beans because I pretty much like absolutely every vegetable except for red kale. And I only learned that over the past couple of months that, wow, there's a vegetable I don't like. And my whole entire childhood, I hated green beans. So, but anyway, I feel like sitting down and having like a real meal just makes it just a better experience than for basically having like, it seems like less of a diet. It seems like a lifestyle. And so also the other thing is I have always loved to cook. I have always loved to bake. And so transitioning to, such basic foods was a little bit difficult for me. So that is why I do my food the way I do. I really feel like even though this is my second journey into my journey, so to speak, I really feel like this is one thing that I will hold on to that I really value a lot is making myself special meals that I feel like I could sit down and enjoy with candlelight. So without further ado, here's what I ate today.
So this is my breakfast, still on the food scale. It doesn't really look that pretty, but it's actually really good. It is an ounce of oats. It's supposed to be steel cut oats, but I only had 0.4 ounces of steel cut oats this morning. I thought there was more, so it's actually 0.4 ounces of steel cut oats and then 0.6 of regular oats. And it actually bulked up a little more than it does when it's just steel cut. So that actually might be something I will do in the future is possibly mix them. And then 6 ounces of organic frozen blueberries, which melted to the perfect temperature when I mixed them with the hot oatmeal. And then 2 ounces of sun butter. And just a note, I realize that that's a really fatty protein that might be potentially a problem in the future if I'm not losing weight, and then I might need to switch it to a leaner protein. But for now, it especially really helps me in the beginning to have something like that to really carry me through to lunch. So that's what I'm having for breakfast. I also have my herbal tea and my water, my little water bottle here. And I have a long story about why I'm still drinking out of a plastic water bottle, even though everybody knows that's bad for you. And my daughter just woke up. I hear her on the monitor. So, that's what I'm having for breakfast. Not to mention that I also, because I'm vegan, I put B12 into my tea in the morning, my shot of B12. And that because I'm taking an herbal foundations class right now, I am experimenting, and this is the root, the tincture of the eleuthero root that I'm also putting into my stuff right now. It's an adaptogen. It's supposed to help you with stress and stuff like that. I've been taking it for about a week, so I can write a paper on it. And that's in my tea, and it will be in my tea 3 more times today.
Okay, so I'm having what I call my pizza salad. It's probably not the way I would do it in the future. I would just probably do my fat differently, and which I'll show you how I use my fat, but I would probably use a fat in the salad and maybe put some veggie meat on there instead. But this is still really good. It's pizza cheese. I was inspired by sometimes I'll make my kids a hummus quesadilla, and that's kind of what inspired me to use this as my cheese. So basically there is an ounce of greens on the bottom, and I really prefer it with all cooked veggies, but lunch, your vegetable portion is only 6 ounces. And if you make that all cooked, it can tend to be really small. So I always try to include at least an ounce or two of greens because they hardly weigh anything and they really bulk it up. So on the bottom there's 1 ounce of greens, and then there's 5 ounces of a pizza ragout that I made. Basically, let's see, I put in peppers, several different kinds of peppers, some onions, some mushrooms, and some tomatoes, and stirred it and cooked it down until it just became saucy. And then I also put in pizza seasonings, Italian seasoning, some oregano, some garlic, a little bit of onion powder. Those are just really good for you, and they make it taste like pizza. So I spread those out, and then on top of that I put my hummus pizza cheese. I sprinkled the top with a little bit of what did I sprinkle it with? Oh, I sprinkled it with a little bit of nutritional yeast to give me that cheesy taste. And that is also what is considered a free condiment. There is an amount that's listed and that you can't use over, but I definitely didn't use over that. This literally didn't even register on the scale. And then I also used, oh, my baby wants to see the video. And then I also just sprinkled some more Italian seasoning over the top. Then I have my my tea and my water, and then over here is where this is where I used my fat, and I just have a 6 ounce banana blueberry salad, if you will, and then I have topped it with a 0.5 ounce sunflower butter drizzle. It's really just sunflower butter that I warmed up and drizzled over it. It's so good. It really makes it taste like dessert. So that is what I'm having for lunch. So I'm videoing my dinner right now, and if you hear Peg plus Cat playing next to us, my little daughter it's almost her bedtime, and I was trying to do a few things before I put her to bed, and my kids are at swimming, so I'm letting her watch a little Peg plus Cat, which she loves. So if you hear that in the background, it's really literally right next to my plate. Anyway, so at dinner, I always feel like I need to be creative to feel like I'm not just getting vegetables, because otherwise I start craving, like, I wish I had more of this, or I wish I had more of that. And so what I've done tonight is I kind of split up my 14 ounces of vegetables, and I made some carrot dogs and the George Foreman grill. Some of them have sauerkraut on, some have mustard on them. I counted the sauerkraut as part of my vegetables. That's 1 ounce of sauerkraut. And then I measured the carrots. The carrots make it a little smaller because they're so heavy. And then this is my 4 ounces of Gardein veggie burger. And in it I have mixed some peppers and onions, and yeah, peppers and onions, like 3 kinds of peppers and some onions and some mushrooms. And that really bulks it up and makes me feel like I'm getting more of that savory, meaty stuff. So the carrot dogs have liquid smoke in them, so they also make it seem really meaty. The sauerkraut makes it seem like a New York street hot dog. And then I used the rest of my vegetable to use a cabbage slot. It has purple cabbage and carrots and regular green cabbage. And I used my mayonnaise. I used 0.5 ounces of vegan mayonnaise, and I mixed that together with a little balsamic vinegar for the sweetness. And I made a little slaw with that. And so I feel like this will really be a satisfying dinner. I have my water bottle and my herbal tea. Hey guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you could hear me. If you couldn't hear me very well with my voiceover when I was showing the food, please let me know. Like I said, I'm using a new phone. I'm using a new camera on my phone. So I definitely need to know. I play it on my own computer after I've uploaded it, but it is hard to tell how it's playing for other people. So definitely let me know. And also, if you guys have any fantastic food ideas, meal ideas, I would love to know what those are. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon.